Hi, Howie here. I want to tell you about a little space that I used to have. It was in a house, an apartment I had in Jersey City. It was on a street named Ogden. I believe Ogden was named after the former governor of Jersey, I think. Well, it was a little room. It was a small apartment. It was technically a one bedroom, like a one and a half bedrooms. And my daughter at the time was smaller, and she took like the half bedroom. It was a cute little bedroom, but it was small. It's a railroad apartment type where you'd have to walk through the one bedroom to get to the other bedroom. But there was a small room off of the main bedroom, which was a pretty good size. Had a fireplace that didn't work anymore. And there was a little room attached to that was basically like a walk-in closet, but it had a window. The realtor told us she called it the sewing room. I love how they like name things to make it like interesting, you know. I don't know if anybody ever sewed in there or not, but anyway, it was called the sewing room. So at first we kind of used it as like storage. It was small. I mean, maybe like 5 foot by 5 foot, not very big. It had one window. So at some point, I got ambitious, which doesn't happen too often in terms of moving things physically in my home. In fact, I've been in my current home for about 2 years, and all the paintings that are supposed to be hung are still laying on the floor. They're on the floor, leaning against the wall. And my wife says, "Are you going to hang those?" And I said, "Yeah, maybe tomorrow." They're still there. So anyway, so they had this little room, and I emptied it out one day, and we put in a settee, like my language, fancy language, right? We had a little couch, and we always called it the settee. I don't know why. So I put the settee in there, and it's only like, big enough for two people, like a love seat, but more delicate. And there was nothing else in that room except this little wooden table. And I started to sit in there every morning. I would go in there, I would take my coffee, I'd sit in there, and I'd look at the one window, and the one window faced directly to Manhattan, and it was very close. I mean, Jersey City, Ogden Avenue was like maybe like a quarter mile to Manhattan, it's very close. And I would see the buildings in Manhattan, and the sun would come up that way. It's directly east. The sun comes up in the east. And my cat, Clive, would sit with me every morning. I love Clive. He's dead now. Poor little guy. Clive was an awesome little kitty. So we always had cats. At one time we had 5 cats. Clive, William, and Pico all were together. There were 3 cats. We got them all at once. And Pico was a little chubby, not the smartest cat. William was pretty slick, and Clive was like very noble. So we had all those stories. With Clive's girlfriend, we made this all up. Clive's girlfriend was Ashley, and Clive was a trust fund kid who went to Ivy Leagues and never worked a day in his life. Pico was a plumber. Good, solid, hard-working guy. And Willie owned a bar, and he was always into little shady stuff. And we had an outdoor cat, too. And the outdoor cat was named Jack. Jack we adopted with a house. So we bought a house at one time, and the owner said, "I can't catch my cat, so I'll have to leave him here." So we bought the house, moved in the first day. I'm sitting outside, and Jack jumped on my lap. So I don't think the cat was a cat you couldn't catch. Anyway, so we had Jack, and Jack was the toughest cat. I want to tell you a story about Jack. So we live in this house, right? And it had like a little porch with like, the storm windows that you could like adjust, and like you could leave like a space like that big or that big at night. And you used to have the windows up all the way, so it was like a full window. And it was the porch. And at night I would put food on the porch for Jack, and I'd close the door, my door to my house, and I'd go up the stairs. So one night I put food in the bowl, I close the door, I'm walking upstairs, and I hear a noise, it sounds kind of loud. So I look out, I turn the light on, I look out the glass door, and I look down, and there's a raccoon eating Jack's food, and Jack is like sitting on the boot bench just watching this raccoon, kind of patiently waiting, hoping he doesn't eat all the food. So the next day I decided that, I'm going to try to help Jack out. So I lowered the storm windows till there's only like 6 inches. I figured Jack could fit through, but the raccoon couldn't. So that night I put the food in the bowl, close the door, go upstairs. I hear some noise. I turn the light on. Jack is made it through, and Jack's eating out of the bowl. And at the window, that's now only open 6 inches, the raccoon's trying to get through. And the raccoon's got, he's got his paw, like Italians like this, and he's sticking his head. He's trying to get his head through, and he can't. He's like kind of stuck. And I'm telling you the truth right now. I'm telling you the truth. Jack kind of looks at me. Now, Jack's tough. Jack's an outdoor cat, tough guy. Jack walks over to the raccoon, who's kind of stuck in the window, and Jack just starts pummeling him. And the raccoon's trying to get out. He's stuck in the door. And Jack is just going to town, hitting him in the face over and over again. So we joked because we moved soon after that Jack had to enter the witness protection program. And we moved to Maine, and Jack came with us. So I wanted to tell you about Jack and how much joy my kitty cats bring me. They're all gone now. We have 2 new cats. But they continue to bring joy. And each one has a personality. And I love to sit in the morning with my cats. And I love that I used to say the sound of silence is a kitty's purr. The sound of silence is a kitty's purr. There's nothing like it.